Crank that hog.
Hog crank, pants shed, barb left.
Barb. All right, Joe. And Sean. Who's doing it? Sean? Yeah.
Welcome to the Vault Podcast. Welcome to the Vault Podcast. We are your car culture cultivators. Once again, glad to be here again with you guys this week. Of course, I'm Sean, and this week we are joined by...
I'm Ian.
Keeping Mini Cooper shops alive in the Bay Area.
Hell yeah.
Rob.
And Joe. Sorry we didn't see you last week.
If anyone was wondering
miss you
who's
guys.
dropping oil slicks on the road, it's this guy.
Very cool. Great show in store, as always, today. Joe, why don't you tell them all about it?
All right. So, you know what's happening, about to happen. Subscribe to our YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're not subscribed, I'm really upset about it.
Deeply
And I would
disappointed.
really love you to subscribe. It's free. Click the red
Really
button.
hard.
It takes 1 second to do it, I think.
It's really difficult.
Yeah, so please do it. That'd be great. Additionally, in the description, you can find a link to how to become a member. We have a bunch of events and a lot of cool hangouts for the members. We just had one last weekend. We had a little pizza lunch at the detail shop, and we hung out and rocked the van a little bit, the K-car van, back and forth.
Yeah. Like what? I don't
Wait,
remember.
Everything's intentional. Everything's intentional.
Congratulations on the shop as well.
Hell
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Beautiful spot,
huge,
dude.
huge move for Joe.
Yeah, it's-
People didn't already know.
We've been busy, but it's been I've growing pains. But anyway, those are the two plugs for
Wanna talk
this
about it?
week. No, we don't need to talk about it.
We got a couch right here.
Feelings or solutions?
Do you want feelings or solutions?
Yeah, I don't want nothing right now.
Okay, fair enough.
Joe,
brings us-
find out Joe blew the head gasket on his new Honda.
That'd be great. I would love
Somebody
that.
scammed him out of 15 grand for the rebuild.
Perfect.
Yeah, I wonder where we've heard that before. But anyway,
guy.
the question of the day. The question of the day. What is your favorite Monterey Car Week event and why? Go.
Oh, man, that's a lot of pressure. So,
Sean's favorite is the Supercars on Broadway or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, you know,
Supercar Blondie.
this year, unfortunately,
the event.
That event.
Supercars on Broadway. I ain't gonna lie,
no,
dude.
sorry,
that was
yeah.
my favorite event, so screw you guys, man.
Sean's out there with his fucking hat, running with the camera.
Exactly. I'm the guy
You got
that
the
wears a
BMW
Ferrari hat and a Ferrari jacket with no Ferrari.
Do you remember?
drives a-
You remember the
guy.
Friends episode where Joey sings the Porsche on the side of the road and he has to wear all the Porsche shit? He's got like the Porsche fanny pack around his.
Sachet.
That's you, buddy.
I remember that. Yeah, no, you know, that used to be my favorite event until I started hanging out with you guys and, you know, you guys.
Then we started.
His standards lowered.
Yeah, the standards went down.
dramatically.
You started liking shit boxes.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
now
funny.
I'm like,
He's
ooh,
like, the best show now is the one that happens in the Chili's parking lot.
I'm like, look at that $5,000 car with that $30,000 motor in it.
That's hot. I need that. Let me cop that.
But I definitely say Motorlux.
Oh,
yeah.
Motorlux is my
Wow.
favorite event.
The vibes.
Yes.
But what I was saying,
It's all him.
Unfortunately,
Well,
this
no,
year
it's-
I had to sacrifice. So my wife
This is Mr.
finally
Motorlux.
called me out on Monterey Car Week because it always
Really?
falls on our anniversary.
So you're not
So-
going this year?
I can't go this year, dude.
It's gonna be sad.
You're not looping the two things together, like her anniversary.
Really.
I'd probably leave
I-
Allie if she
I've
told me I
gotten
couldn't
away
do
with
that.
it.
Yeah.
For
Did you guys hear what Joe
What did he say?
Joe.
I'm just joking.
No, what was
I'd
that?
probably leave Allie if she would let me go to
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. My parents watch this. Allie doesn't watch this. I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Look, he's
I
sweating.
promise.
He's sweating now. Look at this.
I promise.
No rewind on life, buddy.
I've gotten away
He's
with
gonna cut that.
you know, trading our
No, he's not.
anniversary with my wife to hanging out with two 25-year-olds for car.
27.
Week, so.
We're
Now
only 25 1 year.
I was 25 at some point. Yeah.
The way that just panned
only
out.
did that
The
once.
way that just panned out was Sean just admitted to like flaking on his wife's anniversary to go hang out with the young boys. It's like,
All right, Sean.
Exactly.
All right,
It
man.
was an awkward conversation.
not
Chris
looking
Hansen's
good.
at the door, dude.
I get it. You're trying to cover for Joe because he just said a bad thing, and you're trying to say a worse thing so people forget about what he said.
Yeah, no, it's not
They
happening.
never
man.
forget,
But this
man.
is like these are different levels.
They never forget.
Totally.
No, I actually appreciate. Good job, man. Way to
Yeah,
way to
that's
husband.
nice.
I love my wife.
So I'll be there to pick you up on Tuesday
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
your
yeah.
house, and
Yeah, we fly back in, so I'm trust me, I tried my best.
I got you. I'll be there with the
See you
favorite
there on
same.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
What's your favorite event, Ian?
My favorite event has got to be, and I wish that I could fly like the company flag and say Motorlux. Motorlux is an amazing event
It
at the
is so
Jet
much
Center.
fun,
It's
yeah.
so much fun, but I'm a scumbag at heart, so it's got to be like Concord to Lemons.
Yeah.
Just because for me, it's you get to go around Monterey, you get to see all these really fancy cars, right? Yeah. But then who else you go to like Concord or Lemons and you see like a 2-stroke 3-wheeler car, or like the car that Wayne Carini brought out last year, which was a Carmen Ghia with a motorcycle built into the back of it as the engine,
Bro.
right?
What?
The car that
So
won
it was a 4-wheel Carmen Ghia with a 2-wheel
Carmen Ghia.
motorcycle. With
No. So the motorcycle, instead of being pointed this way, was pointed perpendicular to the car and was essentially strapped to the transmission.
You are
And so it was a
Sick.
I'm calling you out right now because you're being hella disrespectful.
What's that?
You're saying your favorite show is a show that occurs right across the street from our show on the same day at the
Same day, same time. Same day, same time.
It's not hella disrespectful.
Shots fired, bro.
You had every opportunity. Concord Limits has been around for a lot longer. You had every opportunity to change the time of your
Fair
Chili's
enough.
parking lot.
Fair enough.
No, we get all the best people.
No, that's the honestly the beauty part of that's the beauty part of Monterey Car Week though, is like you go to one parking lot and then you look across the street and there's another car show happening.
Yeah.
At Chili's.
So at
Chili's, man.
But I'm just saying that maybe you guys are adding to the reason why Concord to Lemons is such an amazing show.
Good
I
save.
hope.
Good sale.
Yeah,
Good
it's,
sale.
see, I got it. Plus, it's the only show on Monterey Peninsula that really advertises bribery. And I'm all for bribing
love bribery.
judges. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I had some of the best limoncello that year. Oh, so
Did you judge?
no, I didn't. I participated. I had the thing around my neck, and it was.
Whoa, explain that thing.
It was like the little placard around your neck
okay,
that
there
says
you
your
go.
name and what car you brought. And it's 6:30 in the morning, and I had a little limoncello, and it was
Brutal.
Car week stuff.
6 in the morning.
car week stuff.
Robert, what about you? What's your favorite event?
I really like since I was a kid, I always really liked the stuff at the racetrack. I only ever growing up, I only went a couple times to Car Week growing up, and I only ever went to Concours on the Ave and the racetrack. And I like the racetrack because it's kind of like the opposite of a lot of the Carmel stuff. You know, everybody in like downtown Carmel and Monterey during Car Week is like all dressed up and like fancy and just kind of being a douchebag. And the people at the sorry, but it's kind of true. The people at the track are like living, like they're paying like $5 to rent a tent space, and they're like living in a tent and then like walking down to their
Oh, you're talking about, like,
their
the-
car to
yeah.
race at the historic, you know, and they're racing like some wild car and they're just staying in like an RV up on the hill, you know. I like that part of it, and then I really like the pre-stage, the races, the prehistoric races. Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah, the
prehistorics.
prehistorics.
Yeah.
yeah.
Prehistorics.
I
And
think
the
one of the
setup day and everything, it's just like
T-Rexes.
empty. You get all this stuff out there, and
Yeah.
it's completely empty, and nobody's bothering people. I feel like it maybe has changed a little bit.
It's the
but,
history, though, right? So
it's
it's like
amazing.
you go out to the Concord, you go out to the Quail and things like that, and you see cars that are just staged
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
place. They're
which
not
is cool.
doing.
I mean,
any-
it's cool to see
it's
those cars because
awesome.
there's like incredible stuff, and the judging is super historic, and that part is.
But
cool.
the races are essentially you're living through history, right?
Yeah.
Is you're getting to see like the track. The Laguna Seca has changed a lot since it's the initial inception. But being able to go out to the track and seeing cars actually do what they were meant
Yeah.
and designed and done, you know,
and the
in
mentality
60s.
just seems so much more like, I feel like on average somebody that you talk to like out in the Concours area or in Carmel generally is like maybe just like kind of a car enthusiast
Yeah.
generally, you know, but if you go to the track and you talk to somebody there, like those people know their shit.
Yeah.
They are like, that is like their life.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's really interesting. You just get to meet people that live a completely different life.
That's true. I do appreciate all the track connections, all the people
Yeah.
we met on the track or around the
Wild.
track. Yeah.
Yeah, they're much more easygoing too.
Yeah.
Less
Yeah.
pretentious.
All they care about is racing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What about you, JoJo?
Yeah, I mean, like nowadays, ever since Vault started, I really, really appreciate the track stuff. I remember one instance, I think like year 2 of us doing things. We got to see all like 5 historic E9 Batmobiles drive at the same time.
yeah. Damn.
And it was like it was like almost like a poetic
There was the
thing
M1.
to see
The
them.
M1 was
Yeah, the
right
M1 was there,
after
but
that.
all like 6 E9 like race winning pro like all driving down. I'm
Is
like,
that the
this
same year
is
that
like
the
a
BMW North American chairman ran?
no,
into
but
a
that was
wall?
the year before, which sucks.
That
You know about
M1
this?
That M1 Pro car. Oh, my
Oh yeah, next level, right?
Shouldn't talk like that about it.
I mean, like that was like a poetic moment for me, and I remember. And this year, I
that's like
like
mecca.
really like I'm trying to make an effort to go because last year I didn't get to go to the track at all, almost.
Oh, you didn't?
No, not much. So this year I'm trying to make
We're
it
gonna be running a car there.
a big
Come
big
watch the
thing
race.
to do that. Back when I was a kid, Concorso Italiano used to have. Not just Ferraris and Lamborghinis and all that stuff, but they had massive, because this was before Legends of the Autobahn happened or the 911 show happened. So Concorso was a massive event with like corrals of like hundreds of other cars. So my dad would take me to the BMW corral, and the BMW corral was as big as what Concorso is now.
Yeah.
And so Concorso Italiano was on an entire golf course. Like it wasn't just one green.
Yeah.
And it was all over the place. And that was by far my favorite event. I would look for, actually, that was the only event I would go to during Car Week, basically. So I that's a shout out. I mean, they've really fallen off, and I don't go at all unless we get press passes or something. But like, that was definitely my favorite event.
Nice.
It is wild to experience Car Week kind of from like the work tangential side.
It's not as fun, honestly. I mean, it's
just
kind
I
of a
feel
bummer.
like you end up talking to a lot of people that like I wouldn't otherwise talk with. You know?
Yeah, well, that's cool. But it's just not as like exciting because you're kind of like used to all the stuff now.
I can tell you that your stress levels from Car Week have gotten worse, like year to year, Robert.
Yeah. Well, last year was particularly stressful.
Always stressed out during Car Week.
This year's gonna be wild. We have
I'm
4
hanging out with Joe
cars
and Mike.
at Car Week this year.
Big
And
sold.
2 of them in Quail.
Oh,
No,
fun.
we're bringing like 4
Oh,
cars, and
nice.
we have to put 2 of them in Quail. It's gonna be so stressful.
But anyway, comment down below what your favorite Car Week event is. If you've been to Car Week, if you haven't and you've seen pictures, comment down below which one sounds the most interesting to you, because I'm curious what other people think. Because it's not just Pebble Beach. There's so many other events, you know.
Yeah.
That, you know, if you see it from the outside, Pebble Beach is just like the end. It's like not even like that exciting sometimes. So comment down below. That brings us into current events. So I don't know who found this. Someone found it. I didn't find it. But I guess 40% of EV owners in the U.S. want to go back to gas cars.
Yeah, I was really curious. I found this while we were here before you got here, Joe. I'm just curious how they gathered this statistic, because I had heard. I feel like I've seen this same kind of thing reported a couple times, and like I've seen 2 ends of this spectrum reported.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people claim that like 5% want to go back, and then I've seen a lot of people claim that like almost half want to go back. I would
Yeah,
love to.
it
learn
sounds
more
like
about it.
McKinsey and Co. provided the information. I think that's a consulting firm or something.
Yeah.
So
Killers of the middle class.
yeah, so I mean, I kind of get it. I mean, like, there's a lot of range anxiety. I mean, I'm sure that people, I don't get it. I feel like if I was in an EV, like I would not want to go back. To be honest.
Yeah, I've just the EVs I've driven. I'm like, if I was dailing this car, I'd be like really happy with it. You know.
It's not necessarily that. It's the nature of way that they're being purchased, right? So right now we are looking, and so if you look at Europe as an example, Europe's going through this really weird period where the infrastructure doesn't exist to support the need for an electric car.
Yeah.
Like unlike the
I mean, it's
US.
the same way in a lot of America.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly,
if you don't
exactly.
Live in the Bay or LA or
Yeah. So in most circumstances, though, these vehicles were bought on a lease. And now we're coming to that 3-year period where a lot of those manufacturers are seeing now an influx of ex-leased cars.
Yeah, and they're all worth nothing.
And so now you've got folks that have had these EVs for 3 years, and they've kind of gone through the growing pains of going to an EV where you have that range anxiety, or you have that really bad feeling in your stomach when you see your range kill off by 30% because it's 20 degrees outside or very cold outside or something like that.
Any one of the weird
What they're
things
seeing
you're used to.
Now is like the surge of plug-in hybrids.
Yeah.
Where
I've seen a big change on the manufacturer side. to
yeah,
move
exactly.
everything
The
back towards
manufacturers,
plugins,
there's
right?
a lot of manufacturers that are actually rolling back their expectation to do something nothing but EVs.
Right. Toyota, man. Toyota made the right bet.
Yeah,
They're going hydrogen. They're going
hydrogen
ammonia,
and plug-in
they're going
hybrid and all
these
that good
different
stuff.
things,
So I think that's what's
Can we
ended
get
up
a urea
happening.
powered car?
Oh yeah,
Just get a catheter. Run your car off your
No,
your
literally,
uric
like
acid.
I've read an article saying that Toyota is developing an ammonia like combustion motor,
Wild.
which is literally like
Not the same as uric acid, but
but
also wild.
Yeah, there was a number of years back where there was like the thought process because the dairy industry or the cattle industry out here in the United States is so
methane.
prevalent that you could essentially power your cars off of methane.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I don't know what like the
Cow
in
farts.
my mind that's a great idea, but I don't know what like the byproduct of that is.
Yeah.
probably super death,
Yeah, super death, not just normal death.
mega kids.
something
Super death.
crazy that we don't want to know about.
But the funny thing, so I guess right now, if you're in the market for an EV, go find yourself one because there are some hella good deals.
Get a CarMax Tesla Model 3.
No, don't do
Yeah,
that.
for
Go to
$12,000.
Porsche. Go find Porsche. Go you find your local Porsche
Go
dealer.
find Porsche.
Go find Porsche. Go find Porsche. Go find Porsche.
Sounds like a
go
side
find your
quest.
local Porsche dealer and go ask them for a Taycan.
Tacon, yeah.
Yeah.
Get yourself a hell of a deal on a
cars.
3-year lease on a Taycan. Take it off of their lot, make them happy, and then in 3 years trade that back in and
And
go
then get
yourself
it on a Haggerty policy and then drive it into the ocean and then collect all of your money. Is it fraud if
Is
I
So,
drive my car into the ocean on purpose and then claim it?
Ian just gets an email on his phone saying you're staying in Napa. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, man, this is not happening.
Tesla doing like 0.9%.
Oh, they have to be.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
Wow.
Ford
Crazy.
right now has gone back to 0%.
Yeah, there's a lot of
financing
0%
the Mustang
financing.
Mach-E.
Wow.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like
can't
right
get rid of
now,
those,
Dude, the last 2 years, it's insane how much the
what's
market
the what's
has
the
swung.
interest rate on like normal cars right now? Brand new
8%.
cars,
7 or 8?
7 or
8%.
8%.
Joe's
Yeah.
been through this.
You're looking at now 0% on EVs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's something like
Oh yeah, my grandma was getting a new car and she ended up getting a fuel. She's like
Yeah,
she can't.
a nice car.
She's old lady. She can't understand. She doesn't want to deal with
Sure.
the
New
EVs.
stuff,
but like,
yeah.
they were offering to give her 2 years of charging for free and to have an electrician come in and like retrofit a 220 into her garage.
Yeah.
for free completely.
Wow.
Like literally
That's the opposite
free
of
driving
2
for
years
2
ago.
years.
Yeah.
2 years ago it would have been like ADM, $10,000 power install for the
Yeah, no,
charging
it's
and
like the
everything.
worst experience of
Yeah.
crazy.
Wild. All right, what do we got next?
Vault news, short and sweet. Sundays and Solano is on Father's Day.
Yeah.
So happy Father's Day to everyone out
Sean,
there that's
bring your
watching.
dad out in the new Mercedes.
Yeah,
yeah,
please, that'd
yeah,
be great.
yeah.
Perfect.
Additionally, you're hearing this first. Cars and Culture is moving venues. It's no longer at Napa Vault this month, so we're announcing that before this podcast airs. I will know literally tomorrow, recording, when that's changing and if the date's changing. So stay tuned for that. Podcast viewers are the first ones to know about that.
Mini work now.
Yeah. So that brings us into product updates, dude. So it's been 2 weeks because we missed last week, but I have a Honda Civic now.
you have a Civic.
Yeah.
About this about a new Honda Civic.
No,
Congratulations, brother.
Yeah,
So I haven't posted on Instagram because I'm embarrassed by it, but
It's the most adult decision.
yeah.
Exactly.
So I really needed I was tired of driving the 300 ST to details because I've talked about this a lot, but like the AC works really well, but then when it doesn't, it stops working and then shoots water through the vents at you. Like not water, but like basically like like
And it's
Carl the
definitely
Fog
like
water.
it's definitely like mega cancer water.
Yeah, and like
It's
all
not
of
just
the,
water, it's like
super death.
asbestos
It's
water.
super
Like,
death.
like all of the windows steam up, and then it's like I'm tired of it. Like I love the car, and I probably won't sell it because it's worth $2, but like I'll keep it around. I'll drive it
Don't
around a
the
little bit.
condenser? Aren't there condensers in the dash on
No,
those
no,
cars?
everything has been rebuilt.
But aren't there condensers in the dash on those cars?
I don't know, I couldn't tell you.
I'm pretty
know
sure.
that
I know on the
I
124,
paid a lot of money to
the
do it all.
condenser or some part of it, the AC system is in under the dash, and when you've been running the AC for a while and it's warm out, it'll collect a lot of condensation.
It doesn't
on
leak
the
inside.
Condenser.
Doesn't leak
No, but it
inside.
doesn't leak under the. You don't see it.
Yeah.
It collects water on the condenser, and then that's how they rust, and you end up having to replace
Yeah.
your condenser.
Well, anyway,
So it could
I
be
think
that.
it's
Could
I think
be-
it's an electric thing. So
okay.
like my AC switches occasionally they like all the, like outwardly like the UI like it looks like it's working, but then in the back it like sometimes tells the
like a
compressor to
pool.
stop working.
Yeah, okay.
And then the compressor turns off, and then all of the moisture shoots up. And the car has like 70 horsepower probably, and like
Yeah.
I just needed something, so I've been searching for a car. I looked at a Corolla hatchback that didn't work out. They were asking too much money. I went straight to the Honda dealership. walked into the dealership. I said, I want a Honda Civic hatchback. I don't care what color it is. I don't care what color it is. I don't care about driving it. I just wanted to talk the numbers. So I didn't even look at the car when I just signed the lease, drove away.
I like the idea that he rolls out there and there's a Honda Fit sat in front. No, I shot a Civic, not a Fit.
If they had Fits, I would have gotten a Fit. But I don't think they have Fits anymore.
So does that mean for any of our members out there, anybody that has the teddy bear wheels?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone
Exhaust
has
tips.
free Sad Boy stickers, I'll put them on the car.
No,
Sad
lonely,
Boy Club.
lonely boys,
Lonely boy?
lonely
Yeah.
drivers.
Yeah.
lonely
Any
drivers
anime
club.
stickers, like send them to me, mail them to me.
So is it just a stock Civic?
It's black on black Civic
nice. It's
Sport
really
hatchback.
nice.
I'm not saying it's not nice.
It's a Civic
I
Sport
was like,
hatchback.
so you don't have like the Type R? You didn't, you
No.
didn't splurge?
No,
for that?
I needed
60 grand.
I
on the
badge
car.
it, bro.
I needed it's strictly for detailing.
Debadge it, put a wing on it,
Put the red
some
the red
skirts on
Honda
it.
badges on it.
Yeah, put
It's
the red
just
Honda badge.
this is just for detailing. So I got the
Type R,
naturally
yeah.
aspirated 2-liter with 158 horsepower, which
Plasti
is
dipped the
insane
valve cover.
how low that is.
Well, it's economy.
I got the hatchback, which actually I really like the look of the hatchback, so that was like a benefit. And the interior is very nice, but like,
Yeah.
there's nothing else much to say about it. I know that a friend of ours, Mike Musto, was talking to me about it yesterday. Actually, that he was interested in getting a Civic Sport.
Bro,
And
you're
I'm-
starting a revolution.
I know,
All
like,
of the
literally.
people in the Bay Area are gonna be like.
So
buying
anyway,
Let's
anyway,
bring JD in.
really nice.
if
base
you
model cloth
want to
materials.
drive a Civic and you're interested in it and you are unsure, let me know. I'll let you drive it because I don't
Share
care.
the salesperson's number.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm not.
Are those still do they make a manual?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do, but only sedan. That's the problem.
Okay.
Or Type R. And that's the thing. I don't need Type R because it's a detail car, and I don't want a sedan because that sedan's ugly as fuck. That's my project update. Short and sweet. It's really boring, but I have a new Honda Civic now with Apple CarPlay, and it turns on every time, and it doesn't shoot water at me, which is awesome.
Wow.
So Sean, your
little
Mini
things.
works.
No, you just couldn't wait. You couldn't wait for this, right?
I told you this is I'm starting. I told you earlier that this is like I'm getting
Every time you're on
flashbacks
the
of last
podcast,
podcast.
something about the
Just
Mini comes
beat
up.
up
Yeah, because the Mercedes last time that I was on, the Mercedes had dropped a rod
threw
and
a rod.
exploded, and then you came in here and you looked at like despondent and sad, and you said I don't want to talk about it, and then we immediately made you talk about it, and now the Mini
I don't
is
wanna talk about
returning, and you don't want to talk about it. So tell us about your Mini.
Well, if you must know,
was a good
actually,
accent.
Thanks.
so here it is. So the Mercedes
Yeah,
motor in it,
sick,
running.
good.
The Mini Cooper, by the time this episode airs,
Uh-huh.
it'll be back here
Uh-huh.
running.
Wow,
Running.
really that soon? Like in a few days?
It
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Whoa.
Yeah, I may go get it
And the
tomorrow or Monday.
Datsun.
You're bringing it to Solano?
The Mini? Maybe.
You should bring it to
if I,
Solano.
if I can
Sean
get if I
really
can get
You
it
know how
tomorrow.
many
If I can get it
people that
tomorrow.
watch the podcast would freak the fuck out if they saw that car? They'd be like, "This is the fabled thing that blew up a year ago."
And the Datsun. So I got the motor in the Datsun.
Okay.
Everything
Test fitting
is
headers.
Test fitted some headers in there. I have an exhaust on order, so everything is looking to be
Coming together.
bro.
Yeah.
moves.
Summer 2024.
Sean's making
Come
moves.
on, man.
Yeah.
I got my.
He's moving in so much silence.
Oh man.
I'm about to move
Ready,
in so
bro.
much silence.
He's gonna be so quiet you won't even hear him.
He's gonna roll up to the show on a bike, and you're gonna be like, "What happened?" He's gonna
No,
be
what
like,
you're gonna see is
"Everything
you're gonna
messed
see a
up."
plume of smoke about 3 miles away from on Solon Avenue. We're like, oh, so here comes Sean. Sean's valve covers blew up.
I have made a commitment. I will never drive that Mini. And you warned me about Mini Coopers, by the way. I will never drive that Mini Cooper anywhere beyond the grocery store. That's it.
I don't. The warning. I think it was just like a Boy Scout be prepared thing. Like just
it will give you issues eventually.
But you go into ownership of an old Mini or of an old British car with the expectation at some point you will have a breakdown.
Yeah.
And it could be anything from, like, we were on a drive the other day with the Mini group and I. We had a blowout, and so there was just like 7 or 8 of us. Well, it was like the CalDOT freaking style. It was like there was 8 people stood around, one guy working.
Yeah, everybody else is drinking Modelo.
Yeah, well, we were driving, so it was like out water.
Everybody else is drinking water.
There you go. And so, like, yeah, you blow out
Allegedly.
on a Mini run. Like, there's never a British car run that doesn't result in someone breaking down.
Yeah.
But you go in there with like the warm and fuzzies. It's like we had camaraderie that
community.
day.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
had
yeah.
camaraderie.
They
that
want you
day.
to break down so
You
they can help
accomplished
you.
something.
Yeah.
So there's as much, or between all the cars, it's
Yeah.
funny that I love driving the Mini.
Yeah, I don't think
the
you've
most.
been
And
that
it's
excited about
and
any of
it's
these other
unexplainable.
cars.
It's unexplainable.
Yeah.
So there's a guy that I know, TJ Multimillionaire.
Okay.
He's a YouTuber down in Southern California.
Sure.
He has like a TDF or whatever the new 812,
Yeah.
whatever the Competizione. excuse
Right,
me,
right, right, right,
Competizione,
right.
812, Ferraris, Lambos, whatever you can imagine. And we always talk, because he has a Mini Cooper as well. And we always talk about
How much
the
fun
freaking
it
Mini.
is. Yeah, yeah.
So that's the thing, right? Is that you look at all these like really famous racing drivers from the 60s and 70s, and they got the opportunity to drive like
everything.
everything. Like, but F1 drivers, things along like Hunt is like one of my favorite stories because Hunt drove everything from Formula 3 to Formula 1 and he like fast range during his admittedly short career. But what did he leave from the track in every single day?
Mini.
It was an original Mini.
Yeah,
and he
that's
fucking hooned it home.
Yeah.
And that's like, I think that's the biggest credit to that car is the fact that it is, for an economy, what was essentially designed as an economy box. That thing took on
So much more.
some of like the big blocked V8s during the 60s,
Oh,
won
yeah.
rallies against them, and then became like essentially like the poster child for customizations and
For
things
like
along those
forever.
lines. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many of them.
Dude, hearing those built Minis go around the track.
Yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah.
Or
that's fun.
seeing them, you see them like you ever see the ones in Goodwood?
Oh, yeah.
Going through the
Like going, like, through
complex,
rails and stuff.
and they do like
Yeah.
fully sideways.
You drive that. You drive that car on lean. Like that's exactly. You just drive it second and third gear. Most of those have dog boxes, so when you watch the interior cameras, they're just slamming gears.
Yeah.
Because that's how you slam. You just slam gears in dog boxes, right? And they're straight cut gears. They've got this massive whine.
Yeah.
They're incredible.
Yeah.
I just I'm so excited because like I'm just so excited because I've got my 90 and that's now starting to becoming more of my focus again, and I've started doing a parts list and buying parts again, and
Nice.
Sweet.
yeah.
Cool, dude.
Robert, what's going on in your project life?
We
Anything?
bought a W1. Did I already talk about this? We bought a 124 wagon, which is actually a pretty nice car. It's white. It's 300 TE. It's white over blue. And we're doing motor mounts on Saturday. And we need a radio. But otherwise, it's a really good car.
You need a radio.
Yeah, we need a new. We would like to get an original Becker radio. But
Oh, okay.
we could also do like a Blaupunkt or something like that.
There you go.
My man's on Amazon. Just
Yeah,
$100.
we can find 'em.
Apple CarPlay.
It'd be nice if it was
The
original.
screen
Becker
comes out like
radio.
this.
Luxury. That's luxury.
It says hello every time you turn the car on.
Dolphins.
Yeah, dolphins. Oh my god!
Wow.
Hold on. that just ignited some memories right there. Jesus.
I
We've
couldn't
got
tell you
cool-
what you're talking
Cool
about.
new stuff in inventory. We have a Lusso right now that's really cool and is like in crazy condition and has been restored and maintained at the Otis shop for like over 40 years. And yeah, it's blue. It's blue Sarah to take on blue Sarah over red interior.
So pretty.
Yeah.
Very cool.
We were walking under that car the other day, and
It's like new.
the details are nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ian,
Yes.
what are your project updates?
The Moke is all but finished. It needs a roll bar now and a soft top because
Wise.
I'm moving out to
Roll
Dallas
bar.
now.
I'm glad you decided to put a roll bar in it.
Well, it wasn't the roll bar. The roll bar is to facilitate the top, essentially.
Oh, I see.
Not for any safety concerns or anything like that, though I did get footage because I went on British Steel, Breakfast Club Rally British Steel 3, and I saw another photo of me in it, and I can see why now that Courtney hates being in that car.
There's nothing to it.
It's amazing
a
just
go-kart.
how fast you can go in
Oh,
something
yeah.
that you're essentially just riding on.
It's a go-kart.
It is. I have never had more fun. And like, you think that Mini is like an amazing car. Yeah. The Moke, I don't know. It's the lower center of gravity in that thing, but that car is just
I mean, you
on
can, like,
rails. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like you're lower than I am right now. in
Yeah.
that car probably.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Push
yeah,
to
yeah.
the
You're
ground.
lower on the ground than we're
Seats on
sitting
the
right
ground.
now.
I was
Yeah.
seats on the ground.
Yeah. But no, we're gonna get a roll bar and a bra for that because I am moving to Dallas. I'm leaving the Bay Area after 4 years out here, and I've decided that car is likely gonna turn into an autocross car.
Dude,
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Dallas,
so
bro, you could put like a Hemi in there now.
no, we're not
Stretched, bro.
stretched. Since it's super death. Like that's exactly
that is super. That's like one of those Hayabusa swapped go karts.
Yeah.
Like,
Put
I had
elephant in there.
I had a period of wanting to sell the GTI about a month ago, and I put it up on Facebook Marketplace with some really killer photos. And I have now figured out why I hate Facebook Marketplaces, because people like to talk to me about everything other than, do you want to buy my car?
yeah.
So
Where'd you get those headlights?
I essentially helped someone out with a ignition problem, and then there was another guy that had a fuel starvation issue that we helped him out with.
No way.
I don't mind helping people out, but like, don't do it on my ad. Like, don't hit me
Yeah.
up on my ad,
I
because
feel
that
that.
that upsets me. Like,
Yeah.
what'd
you say?
1910. Trade me these Cracker Jacks from 1910 for
Yeah.
so no one was making me any offers. Like, no one was making me reasonable offers. I did get an offer from a guy out in Florida who said, that he's a collector and he was looking forward to having a chat about the car. And I was going to call him
Did he
the
also tell you that
afternoon.
you won the lottery in Uganda and you're the new crown prince and you're gonna make $400 million?
No, not even slightly. No, but I was going to actually have a phone call. I was going to have a phone call with him in the afternoon, and I thought, okay, well, I'm going to take some video of me driving around. So of course I did the Lake Berryessa loop again. I got back to Napa, and I got out of the car and just stared at it and went, I can't fucking sell this thing.
Yeah, I've been there.
Shouldn't have
I
driven it.
love this thing so much. And so I called him, and fortunately he's a car guy, so he understood where I was coming from. I go, hey, I realized that you and I were going to have a conversation about this car today, but I can't sell this. I just drove it and I cannot sell this car to you or to anyone. I'm just going to keep the car. He's like, there are so many cars that I have sold in the past that I wish that I didn't sell. And he told me about his like father's Pontiac that he sold that he wishes he could find. I'm like, I don't want to be, Facebook Marketplace is a cesspool. I fucking hate it now. But now I'm like of the opinion that
Great transition to
any car, but like closing thought is like any car that I own is now going to be a car that I keep forever. And so that's the reason why I've been chatting, because with the move, it means that I can actually finally afford a house. You could buy houses, places
for the cars.
with space, 3
Nice.
cars. I have never had my cars in the 20 years that I have, less than that, 18, 16 years, whatever. During my car ownership life, whenever I've had more than one car as like a collection, I've never had them all under one roof.
Yeah, wild.
They've always
That'll
been
be fun.
spread out.
That'll be a good experience.
That's like
So-
so common for the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Everybody I know here that has cars has them like everywhere.
All over
40
the
different
place.
directions. So I'd rather, now it's exciting for me to be able to go out to Dallas and be able to afford a place that actually has like space
Yeah,
for
that's
me to work
amazing.
on my Mini.
It's exciting.
And then have like space for storage for the Moke and the GTI to the side. And then a couple of buddies from the SECA out there are trying to talk me into doing time trials. And of course, that means buying maybe a GR86 or something like that.
Oh, fun.
So we'll see what happens. All I know is that I already started going down the path of maybe looking to turbo the Mini.
Scary.
Yeah.
Well, dude, we're certainly gonna miss you, dude. I mean,
Aw.
you've done so much, for our growth, both as a business and I think even personally as well too. So, thank you for that.
Aw.
I know when we first bonded, it was over hair loss. And then I found out you were faking it the whole time.
It was
and
all a lie.
I
I
can actually
forgot
see your
you
locks
were
today.
bald.
Yeah, I was
God,
I was
Look at those
bald.
locks,
that's
man.
wild.
Yeah, now
I completely forgot there was a time where you were bald.
my did you know that so Courtney walked up to me one day.
Sean got shafted.
Yeah,
Poor Sean.
I'll send you some hair
He's like,
ties.
brother,
That was a choice. I was like, it is for me.
it's for me.
Courtney took off one of her hair bands the other day and put my hair in a man bun, and I said, I fucking hate this.
Time
It's
to be bald
valid.
again.
Time to go bald.
I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it
Man, I would
until
give
I
anything for it, man,
get like
but-
110 degrees, and then we'll give you a man bun. You could rock a man bun.
Dude, I would look like that dude from. I look like a fucking Klingon from
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Hell yeah. That'd go hard.
Do you just on an off chance? Do you shave your dome? Like, do you
yeah.
do you fucking and then like turtle wax or what's?
No, I don't rattle range.
Purple.
Right? I
Sex
use one of
wax.
those those, you know,
Turtle
Amazon.
Turtle Wax is a
Little
car
Put that shit on
5,
anything.
6 blade things.
Oh, like the bulldog one where you
Yeah,
hold it.
yeah, yeah,
You grip it in your
yeah,
hand. Okay,
yeah.
cool. Because if you didn't, would it look like
Hair
you were a
talk
monk?
on Vault Podcast.
Totally. Totally.
Okay, hold on. So when if you were to grow your hair out, if you were to grow your hair out, it would look like a
It
monk's
would be a
ring.
reverse fade.
Sick.
Reverse fade.
So so the question then becomes is how much money what would it take for you to grow that out?
Hasta la vista.
Dude, I would have to get like plugs, bro. And they don't look right. I've thought about it though. Or, you know, you can take hair from other places. Thought around, you know, and
Pause.
I'm just saying
Get a
I'm
full
just
head
saying
of
this
hair.
in there.
I'm just saying it would be a really great
you guys would be
going.
like, what's that smell? Oh, man, it's my hair. It's
my hair.
To live my hair.
I'm
It's a
just
little
saying
sweaty.
that it'd be really funny. Like a good going away present is for him just to grow his little monk's ring out like here.
Oh my god, no, bro.
No,
No,
for a
bro,
week.
it's not pretty, bro.
It'd be like.
I'm not asking for you to be pretty, man.
The office would love it.
Yeah, right.
Your
No.
office would love it.
Oh no.
What's up with this? Oh, you don't know the guy. His name's Ian. He asked me to do this for him.
I'm doing it in solidarity. All right, so
All right,
let's
sorry,
go back
tangent.
like 18 sentences to the
Facebook
To the cesspool.
Facebook Marketplace is a cesspool.
Facebook
Review
Marketplace is a
what cesspool
cesspool.
shit we found.
Robert found a
I'm so
1972 Mercedes 309D.
This is once again Jake Bauer. It's just his fault.
Oh,
cool.
Jesus
Whoa.
Yeah, I have not
Wow.
wanted something more for a long time.
That's
Christ. This is
pretty cool.
interesting.
It's sick. Imagine
Napa.
like you just pull up with the squad in your school bus from Germany.
Yeah.
That's
You're
so
like built
sick.
in West Berlin, East Berlin.
I
West
made this
Berlin.
comment the last
West
time we were
Germany.
on. Is I love the fact that there are still cars out there that I don't know exist.
Yeah, I had no idea.
That thing is so freaking cool.
And it's sold.
$5,500, dude.
It's sold.
for
Yeah.
$5,500.
I mean, it probably
It's worth the
has a lot
conversation.
of rust.
Wow.
It looks like it has.
It says it runs, drives, and even stops.
Wow. The three
So-
things
yeah,
I
I
look
want
for in a
that thing, and
vehicle.
it's on blue plates. I
What
wonder
year
if
is
those are-
that?
It's a 72. I bet this is a OM617. This probably has like 100 horsepower or something.
It doesn't matter.
I want
Yeah.
it. It looks like a school bus.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It's so
That's a good
wild.
find. Thanks,
Thank you,
Jake.
Jake.
That's an amazing find.
I think he was probably going to use it last week, and then we had to cancel last minute.
Well, Jake, if you want to come on
You
the
gotta
podcast
come
next
back.
week,
I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
Jake
That's my
and
fault.
yeah, anyone who wants to come can come. But you know,
We gotta
so-
have Wesley on.
Yeah, Wesley's definitely coming. He's been sent. He's been for those who are interested. If you're a member of the podcast or of the Vault, you know, of the Vault Auto Club, and don't know about the Discord, we have a Discord and we have marketplace finds. And if you look right here, 27 new messages
It pops off.
since like last week. So 27 new like people will go crazy on this stuff. Like
Yeah.
I mean Wesley's killing it right now.
Wes
but,
going
like,
crazy.
So many different like marketplace
We
finds.
gotta have Wes to
and-
come in and talk
yeah.
about these marketplace
So
finds next week.
please
A lot of
like
good shares
join
on
the
there.
join it because it's awesome. And join the membership and you get access to that stuff. Anyway, my marketplace find is an E32. It's a BMW 750IL. The reason
Very
why I
good
found
looking
this is because
cars.
on Discord you said that you were tempted to buy that E38 730i with a 5-speed,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to convince you not to buy a tiny V8 that has no power in the 7
Tiny
Series,
baby
Okay.
and instead buy a V12.
Okay.
Joe's out here doing the
7
Lord's
Series.
work for BMWs.
Where's this at?
Sean's gonna get this thing
It's
home.
Reno, baby.
Oh, man.
And
It's
is this the same engine as the
78250,
8?
7,000
Same-
bucks.
Same engine as the 8.
Yeah.
Wait, have you ever owned a V12?
No.
This
You
is
want
not
a
the one to
Lusso?
start with. This is not the one to start with.
You want a Lusso?
What would
Is
the
that the
V?
same one they would put in the
And
It's the
Mercedes.
same as
Okay, fair enough.
the 8 series. Yeah.
the 18
Yeah, it's the same
series?
as the 8, unless
It's the
you
same
get
one
the
that has
8
two computers and all.
besides the
two things.
CSI. You don't want the CSI is the better
They
one. And
basically
then,
like glue two V6.
yeah, but they're single overhead cam banks. So like
Maybe
there's
it's
not.
W.
It's just
Oh, I guess. Yeah, it depends on which way to.
there's just some dude in Germany with like Loctite.
His entire
Oh
job.
no,
is
literally.
He
They
just has
developed-
like 2 hoists and he
Yeah.
goes yep. And he,
Yeah, no, literally, basically.
Yeah, seriously.
She's, she's done.
It's
They
not
developed the
Naruto,
motor
it's,
because of the
it's
Mercedes.
Dragon Ball Z where they do the things where they merge with one
Yeah,
another.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah, they
this
DBZ'd it.
this car is like it's like not a V12.
Ooh, okay, next one. Whose is
hell
this?
is
Who's
going
First
this?
off,
on?
it's not a V12. You shouldn't be if you want a V12. Don't buy that one first because it was like rushed to production to
Yeah.
beat the Mercedes, and the Mercedes is way better. So get an SL 600 or S600 first.
Do you want a
But anyway,
Lusso?
Sure.
Sean found
much?
a 2014 Toyota FJ
This
Cruiser
is not the
Sport
first time
utility.
Sean has put one of these.
Second time.
It's
Yeah.
the second time. And
It's
there's a
because you
reason
had
why.
one and you're sentimental about it and you wish you kept it.
No,
8,000 miles on this one.
Yeah.
Wow.
8,000 miles on it, but look at the price of it. 65,000.
65 grand is a lot of
So
money.
these
This is brand new,
had
though.
a hell of a run.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you
I remember
look at what they're doing right now with the Lexus
Mm-hmm.
And the new Land Cruiser.
Was it the Land Cruiser
Yeah.
as well? Dude, they're so freaking nice.
Oh, this
and
is
it
nice.
makes these things obsolete now.
Yeah,
Pro tip:
I believe that.
if you have an 80, 100 mile car that you're trying to sell for a lot of money, take the baby seat out of it.
Yeah.
That's just a pro tip.
I'll tell you the one thing that's interesting about these vehicles. You purchase a car like this, you lose your ass on the cost of windshield wipers because there's 3 of the bloody things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Also an auto. It's too bad it's not a manual. They did make these.
Very limited, like
Honestly, I
crazy
think I'd
limited.
go auto.
In
I think I'd go
manuals?
auto.
Yeah, in
with this.
manuals.
Wow, one of my friends in high school,
I think
she
that they were
dailied it.
they were crazy limited.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wonder if she.
I'd go auto with this.
Yeah,
honestly.
I would too. But
It was pretty fun.
they had like
But I was also
obscenely-
in high school and I had like
obscenely
5
Such a
things.
dog to
Poor.
drive.
Yeah,
The
mileage.
No power, right?
Oh,
Terrible
yeah.
And no
mileage
power
is
probably, right?
Terrible.
It's a
Getting
Sequoia, right?
out
It's a
of the
Sequoia.
rear seat is terrible with that third or the
Yeah,
small door.
the half door.
Yeah.
It's like a RX-8.
Super cool though. Whenever I see these, I'm like, this guy like really made a decision to get
Yeah.
this. And I
That,
kind of
yeah, that
applaud
guy
him.
went in. It's like the
Yeah.
same thing that if someone buys a Honda Element. It's the same theory.
Yeah.
Like you bought that for its durability,
Ridgeline.
ruggability.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool car. I hope you get one. I hope you get another one at some point because this is the second time you posted it.
Don't do it.
I'm assuming Ian found this one because it's weird. and
Hell
British.
yeah.
Trying to replace some windshields.
So this is a 1990 Ford Fiesta.
See, I grew up in the UK during the
So horrible
90s
pictures.
and the early 2000s. So I remember playing Fiesta XRTIs running around and just this is like epic. And if I wasn't moving, it was I think it's 10 grand is how much it was. It's got it's here in
10
California
grand.
apparently.
Yeah, it's in LA.
I would buy that in a heart. I would never be able to drive it, but
Pretty
I
low
would buy it
miles.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah, these are cool. This is
For
cool.
what it is, you know, I would expect this thing to have been driven a lot.
The thing that my wife would say though is like it's just essentially another GTI.
Testing the waters.
You're essentially testing the waters.
It's 110 horsepower.
Oh, he has this classic Ford Fiesta in Spain,
Oh.
testing if anyone wants to have it in the U.S.
Oh, see, that's never mind. I'm done.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
I want one. I desperately want
Scam
one.
alert.
Yeah,
This
that
is
would be
this is cool, but yeah, I don't want it to be.
These
in Spain.
photos are all screenshots of photos on a phone. which
Isn't
makes
that
me
always the
also-
weird? And it's never.
I always
it was
doubt
never
it.
taken on an iPhone. It's always like
Yeah.
a crusty old
I always
Android.
doubt it when I see photos like this. That's just
Yeah.
Well,
But
if
it's
it's
just a
real,
cool
it's
car.
cool.
Yeah.
I hope someone
I looked
brings
at
it
the
to the
guy.
U.S.
He looked kind of shady too. So.
All right. So for today's main topic,
Hold on.
I'm
Can I be
calling it-
Sean?
Uh,
yeah, you can be Sean.
yeah, you can be shot. We gotta get somebody really pasty for me. Jake works.
Jake,
Bring
I'm
back the
sorry.
skeleton.
Bring back the skeleton and put a speaker in it, and I'll call the speaker and I'll speak out of the skeleton.
Just if you do me, just come in. What? I'll tell everybody it's
Well,
cool.
I guess we gotta take that
He
one out.
comes in blackface. It's,
I guess
it's
we gotta
cool.
cut that
It's
now.
cool. You heard it here. It's cool.
Well, I guess the whole podcast is not going to get removed from YouTube.
I really have to go. I have to go, and I'm never gonna come back.
I don't feel great about that.
You know, what? I'm going to keep that. I'm just going to beep that.
I get it's a free pass, but it's not happening.
Just beep the whole thing, Sean
Yeah,
said.
the whole
and
thing.
Keep our reactions.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So main topic time. So I often wonder that in my life, if I never
need a
got
drink.
if I never got into BMWs and instead I got into like Mustangs or like JDM cars, how that would affect like my life right now.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if you had the ability to change your automotive enthusiasm, what would you change it to? You don't have to change it if you think it's perfect, but like, for example, like if you started because you like had a love for your Datsun, right? That was the first car you bought in this garage, right?
Yeah.
So like, if instead of a Datsun, like
He had
if you fell in love
S2000
with-
too. That was
Yeah.
one of his big early ones.
I was
So
all
you have-
JDM.
you-
I was
you've-
JDM early.
Yeah. So exactly. So if you were to change, or if you think your automotive
Changed your,
enthusiasm
like-
was
yeah,
perfect,
yeah.
what would you do and why?
Yeah. What was your what do they call it? The what do they call a
Taproots?
drug that makes you get addicted to
Gateway?
other drugs?
Gateway?
Yeah. What was your gateway? Thank you.
So it was definitely JDM, but maybe I'd go Italian.
Ooh.
Like what era?
I
Anything?
mean, you know,
We're talking like
I'd say,
spiders
like,
or
I don't know, 60s, 70s, 80s, like classic Italian.
like
would be
a
cool.
alpha spider of some sort.
Yeah. I think there's certainly a what do you want to say?
I'm really excited. to
Pizzazz.
Say, like
A pizzazz. Thank you.
something
that
in
comes along
French,
with
like
that.
je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, a certain je ne sais quoi.
You can't. You have to say that in Italian though. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
French and Italian, and then you just kill yourself because you're speaking French and Italian with an accent.
You gotta say a Scottish accent too.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Oh yeah, what's yours?
JDM for sure. I mean, I think the whole English thing came about because I was living in England. I think that's like the
Makes
biggest
sense.
thing, right? So
Well, it was that story for you was like going around in that mini with that general or
it was
officer
like
or
yeah,
something like that,
it
right?
was the chief that was on
Chief.
base. And like it was one of those things like I'm really that was like the genesis for me. But I think that if it wasn't just European cars, it would definitely be like JDM because. Boy, howdy! Like the range of
Oh, you're ready to
vehicles
move
you
to
could really
Texas.
get into. Oh yeah, dude, it's
Got the vernacular down.
yeehaw.
It's
The
already started, man.
the
He's still in
wide
Napa.
range, like you get the small cars, the big,
Yeah.
big absolute luxury beasts, to like straight up track monsters. It doesn't like. I think it still ticks the same boxes that the European car market did for
Yeah.
me. And I'm starting to really like push myself towards JDM cars.
That's fun.
So I don't know. I think I'm going to start getting into K cars again, and
Fun.
we're going to move to because
I
the
think
move
the
to
Mocha
Texas.
is like a British K car.
I want to. I've trained my wife now that she sends me like Instagram reels, like I think everyone else is. Well, I used to like during our relationship, I was the one who just blitzed her with it. Now she blitzes me.
Yeah.
And I guess now I've affected her algorithm to now she sends
Oh,
me nothing
dude,
but K
how do you feel about the ones I send you? I guess wanted to know right now if you're uncomfortable about that or if
What, the reels?
I send him the same reels I send you.
Yeah, we get some. Joe and I get some really wild stuff.
I don't know what's
I
going on.
sometimes show these to Derek, and he's like,
What?
"Is there? What's the?
What's the,
Is there a joke?
what's the
Like, what's the joke?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah."
I'm really excited. I would love to be the fly on the wall at the guy at the Instagram headquarters looking at my algorithm because it looks so unhinged.
Yeah.
Because I guess today I was just surfing Instagram, just cursory 30 minutes, and
30 allegedly.
30 minutes.
40 hours later. What happened?
Well, so that little maneuver is going to cost us 51 years.
I guess I got started getting into like Karen videos, and I'm like, no,
Fun.
stop. So I have to like, as soon
You
as
gotta
I
like
start,
every time you see one, swipe past really
as
quick.
soon as I get pat, well, what I do, I shut the app down, go completely, and I go track down
like rage quit.
yeah, oh gosh, like K trucks. I've been getting a lot of K truck videos, and I'm like, oh yeah,
That's why Jake's fault.
Yeah, just go to Google and start searching like really random shit, and then go back to Instagram and it'll.
Oh yeah,
completely change.
yeah,
Bro, cats and toasters.
Yeah.
Say less.
I got lots of cats on mine.
yeah.
Yeah, cats and toasters.
What the
What?
hell are toasters out there?
Yeah, but I like
You're
the
on
cats part.
He's on Toaster Talk.
Toasters.
Cats and toasters, bro. It's a
Dude,
fucking.
I got
together-
nothing
together.
about that
Cats
at
don't
all.
fuck with toasters, bro. They just fucking freaks them out.
I thought
Really?
so. For me, I thought you were saying. I thought you were
Alright.
like a cucumber, right? I thought you were talking about like you have two separate.
I thought
like,
he meant
things that-
cats and separately
toasters, right?
Like you had like a toaster
like
section
cute
on your
cats.
reels.
Like he's getting
Yeah.
reels
Yeah,
from
yeah,
cute
yeah.
cats, and then he gets like, "Hey,
Toasters.
this is the new toaster." from
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
He's just like
He's getting like
he's just
streamlined, modern toasters pitched to him on ads.
I get reels with toasters, but they're usually degenerates that end in bathtubs. So
Mine's always like a horrible joke.
it's always like a really bad joke. So
Yeah.
Anyway, real talk over. Ian, do you have anything else about your what you would change about your young
No.
enthusiast life?
I'm happy. The thing is I know my trajectory with my car ownership would have been shit boxes, right? So shit boxes can come in any number of flavors.
Yeah.
And for
I mean,
me,
everything can be a shitbox.
yeah,
if you try
exactly.
hard enough.
So
Yeah, if you
the
really
thing
try,
it's
yeah.
always going to be like cost prohibitive to own like nice cars. I say no, actually that's a lie. you can have like a really crap car and it could be really nice. Like
Yeah.
it's all about a mindset,
Yeah,
right?
we've all
So-
been there, I think, at some point.
I don't know. I like the cars that I own now. I'm hard pressed to look at new cars and be like, oh man, I really want a new car. I don't see anything out there that's new that I want.
Yeah, apart
Okay.
from utility.
Yeah, so I think I'm happy with what I've got, and it still won't stop me from like jumping on Hemmings and searching by cheapest and like rolling
Or Haggerty Marketplace.
or Haggerty Marketplace.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I feel like
Do
The
I think
thing
you
that-
would be a Mopar guy?
yeah, so what I was saying is I kind of like, I feel like I had really weird, and I didn't really realize this until recently when somebody asked me what I came home from the hospital in. I feel like I had weird exposure to cars growing up that have turned me into like a total Fruit Loop. But I was brought home in like a Saab 900 turbo.
Dude, no shit, me too.
Oh, nice.
So I was brought home in a Saab.
Look at that.
And then my grandpa, who was like
Joe,
a
look at that.
Don't ask
You
me
know
what I
that's a-
brought
that was a
home.
real
I have no idea what I was brought home in, so I can't
and
tell you
then
that.
my grandpa was like an engineer in the Navy and like loved British and French cars, and he had like MGs and Model A's, Model T's, and Citroens and stuff. And my family inherited a MG TD, so from him. So I kind of had that around my whole childhood, and then I also had this really strong lean towards like German muscle, like AMG Mercedes specifically.
Okay.
And my dad had like an E500 when I was a kid, and I just thought those things were like the coolest ever, you know? So I was just like in love with 8-cylinder German cars. And I feel like I would have just ended up in the same fucking place where I just liked shit boxes and of every variety, you know, anyway. But I think Italian, like Sean said, Italians were the only thing I didn't really have any experience with as a kid. And I wish I had had more.
Yeah.
Because now that I'm getting to like experience a lot of these cars, especially 60s, 70s Italian cars, it's actually like I was saying this to one of you guys, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying this to you when you came in.
Yeah.
When you drive like a nice Ferrari from the 60s,
Yeah.
it's insane to think about
Oh yeah.
what Italy was making then
Yeah.
and what America was making then, and like driving those things back to back. They hope they have their unique experiences, you know, and like it has its place.
Yeah.
The C2 Corvette has its place, and the 250 has its place, but it's just like night and day
Right.
driving those cars. And I wish I'd had that experience. as a
Imagine
kid.
being exposed to that whole community. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
your whole life.
Or, yeah,
as
the
a
whole
kid.
life. Oh, my
It's
God. Can you
crazy.
imagine?
It's crazy. I mean, yeah, it's like you were saying with like some of those older Italian, even the like the lightweight, like small engine Italian cars from that era, are just like so fun and responsive. And I wish I had experienced that before now.
Yeah, for me,
You're rethinking your whole BMW thing.
well,
right
I
now?
mean, like I grew up only in BMW because my dad was
Yeah.
only driving BMWs at the time in like K through 8. I was only BMWs, only being driven to school in BMWs, only being driven at home to sports, all BMWs. So like that's all I grew up with. In high school, when I started learning how to drive BMW, my dad didn't start buying more than one car until in high school, but they were all BMWs. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all I knew was BMW, and then he started buying Mercedes, and so I started buying Mercedes. So basically, what I'm trying to say is it's been all German for me.
Yeah.
Right. I think personally, I think the right answer to this from everybody is you should start in JDM, because now, in hindsight, if I go to a JDM car from the era that I like,
Yeah.
everything is a shitbox, right?
Yeah, I feel
So,
like JDM is like the last holdout for like what a young enthusiast can
Yeah.
like maybe afford to
Yeah,
actually learn
exactly.
and wrench on.
Without,
you know?
without being like completely. Well,
Well, you can
There's
buy
too many squeaks and rattles for me to appreciate
yeah, because
them
you've started
anymore.
with it's like starting with another
I
one.
sit in a Mercedes and I drive in and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is from the 80s and it's perfect. And then I get into a Civic that I'm detailing from the 80s and I'm like, I could not ever see myself enjoying this.
It was
But if I
because you
didn't
were so
experience the
spoiled by,
Mercedes, I
like,
could be
what
this.
you-
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly.
It's
So-
like the same reason a lot of people say they won't buy like an air-cooled 911 right now. 'Cause
Yeah.
They're like, I want to experience other things because if I buy an air-cooled
Yeah.
911,
You never go
every
back.
other sports car is going to suck. And
I think that's the reason. It's like the progression is always to not necessarily just Germans, but like European vehicles in general, right? Is like the progression is
especially from that certain era.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, JDM cars, I mean, you can drive them, you can wrench on them, you can do whatever you want to them, and nobody's going to give you shit.
Yeah, you can buy parts most anywhere as long as they're not.
Yeah.
So I think that's where everyone should start.
Mileage on the resale market, who cares?
Yeah, nobody gives
Yeah.
a shit what your how many miles your S13 has.
Yeah. So personally, I think I've skipped that, and I'm not going to be able to enjoy it anymore
I
because
had a
of the
really
German
big
stuff.
soft spot for JDM in high school because I was like a total.
I had nothing. I didn't care at all about them.
I think you can easily go back to JDM. You just have to temper your expectations that
Or
you're
have
not
them
going to have
find
the
the
same
right thing.
experience. Yeah,
You just gotta
But
find
that's
the
the
right.
thing.
Like,
Now
you gotta
what
get
I'm
a
craving is
Century.
something
You gotta get a
Italian.
Century, a Toyota Century.
Well, yeah, but then I can just drive my 140 as the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's
know,
the thing
so-
is that
But it would make you
you're
appreciate
trying to
it.
fit,
Yeah,
you're trying
it's
to
true.
fill you're trying to fill like the void that a BMW or a Mercedes would leave behind, like a really nice BMW Mercedes would leave behind. What you need to do is you need to find a reason to own a JDM vehicle, which is either
Yeah, that provides
Rallies.
experience.
Rallies.
yeah,
Don't.
well, I mean, backcountry
Yeah,
driving.
back roads.
JDM is going to have you're going to have a wider range of vehicles to choose from to take on backcountry roads.
You know where Joe fucked up? Joe fucked up because he didn't watch fucking Fast and the Furious.
That's probably
That's
why.
it.
That's a big thing.
That's
And,
100%
and no
what
one
it
in my
was.
family
No
really.
initial D.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
Fast and
Yeah.
Furious.
Yeah.
That's
You know
it.
what it was?
You missed
It was
the way,
it was
bro.
Wow.
Speed Racer.
Speed.
That's it.
That's what did it. When you,
That's
you
all
didn't
you
end
got?
up on American.
Well, because-
car?
Yeah,
because
you
my-
didn't drive
and-
a
and-
Corvette.
like a fucking Corvette.
Speed Racer and Top Gear because my dad had Speed Racer like VCR things,
Yeah.
and I watched that, and I didn't understand it, but I watched it, and so I got the models and the Hot Wheels, and I
Mach
thought that
5,
was cool. And then Top Gear, and Top Gear was all European stuff. So like, and also my dad was always in BMWs, so like I think I missed the boat on the JDM stuff because nowadays I want to go into Italian stuff
Yeah.
and experience that stuff, and I have no want to do the JDM thing
I think you
anymore.
just need to find an excuse to.
I want an
like,
S2000. I really do want an S2000.
Okay.
At some point, I would like one, but not right now. But like
I
at
would
some
just
point.
get a Miata. Just get a shitbox Miata.
The thing is, I don't fit in NAs.
Yeah, that's
or NBs. So I need an NC or an ND, and at
So
that
you're gonna
point,
buy
I'm
an
getting an
ND.
ND. I'm
The
getting a
S2000
BRZ.
is pretty tight too.
Yeah, but I fit in an S2000.
I'll tell you what I'm looking. What I want from like that, like JDM, is I'd love a first gen liftback Celica.
Oh yeah.
The one that looks
Hard
like
to
a
frame.
Celica Supra. A Celica Supra.
No. Like
before that?
the original Celica liftback that looked like an
yeah,
amalgamation
yeah,
between
yeah.
a Camaro on the front
Yeah,
and a
yeah,
Mustang in the back.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I know exactly.
And then
Yeah.
2JC swap that bitch.
Uh huh. Like everybody else.
Yep. But anyway, comment down below. What you say?
I was gonna say it's not too late to find inspiration in Brian O'Connor or Johnny Tran.
I don't know who those guys are.
Dude, I'm in. I'm in.
Anyway,
Everybody
comment
say
down
your
below who
prayers.
those are because I don't know who they are.
Family.
But, yeah, comment down below. What did you guys start with in the automotive in your automotive hobby? What would you have wanted to start with? Am I right in saying that JDM is like the initial first step, and that it's kind of spoiled, or are they all right saying that I could go back and be fine?
I think it's kind of funny. A lot of people I meet started with muscle. A lot.
My dad started with muscle.
Like, and even in our generation, like a lot of people I meet,
I think that's Bay Area.
they're our age. No, I don't think that's true.
no,
I,
I
mean,
think
a
it's-
lot of the
I don't
rest of
know.
the country is like muscle is king. You know.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, because like when you were buying cars during the 80s and 90s
nope,
Yeah.
and
2000s.
2000s,
Yeah, like mid 2000s.
right, is that those
2010.
cars were typically going to be the cheapest available
Yeah.
for
True,
you.
yeah, like
So
a
you could
Mustang
buy-
What you
GT.
could get.
You
is
just
Get
buy
like a 300
yeah.
horsepower rear wheel drive car for
That the number, like the big number, is because you're dumb brain with rock, and you're like big number is best number, and that's the thing is that you start in the cheap power,
yeah.
and a lot of that was accessible through the American market,
Right.
Yeah.
and then you become a little older, a little more sophisticated,
And then
and then you realize that the Europeans are best.
All right. Comment down below what you guys think.
Wait, no.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm sorry.
you don't love me no more. I see how it is. Yeah, we'll do
I'll see you
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We'll see you Wednesday. We'll get lunches and dinners and
Dinner,
dinners
right?
and dinners.
Right.
Yes, after the podcast.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So, comment down below what you guys would say about this. I'm curious. I'm curious, specifically curious to know if I've missed the boat on the JDM. I know these guys think I am not, but I would love to get some statistics on this because I'm curious. Because I don't want to buy a car.
It has gone very expensive.
I don't want to buy a car and be so completely disappointed by it. You know what I mean? I want to buy a car and just have it for a little bit and then get rid of it later. But anyway, that brings us into the scenario. As you know now, Ian is leaving us. He's going to Texas. So inevitably,
See you next week.
See you next week.
yeah, he'll still be here for a week or two.
Yeah.
For a month.
Couple
But,
more weeks.
So he's going to Texas. Inevitably, he's going to become a Corvette guy. at
Hell
some
yeah.
point,
Totally.
right?
Totally.
So there's two questions. What Corvette is he buying and why? That's the first question. There's two questions there, but that.
Yeah.
And what New Balances is he rolling up in to the Cars and Coffee?
So I'm gonna just start with the New Balances, like some fresh white ones. Just I don't know. Do New Balances have models?
Yeah, they do. They actually have a ton of models.
As you look at your New Balances,
I got like 3 boxes in the car right now.
oh my!
I'm that age. I'm that guy.
I wear exclusively Vans. That's the difficulty I run into.
Yeah.
So, boy, howdy.
Dude, they've changed, bro.
Have they changed?
Yeah, dude, they're not the
That-
they're not your grandfather's
Whatever that is,
shoe anymore.
whatever that off-white looks like, I'll take it as long as it's an off-white.
I see you in this one.
That guy is
Yeah.
Seeing this guy right here.
okay. I
So,
like that. Yeah,
there
those
you
are
go.
those are good ones.
High socks.
High socks. Yeah,
You know what's funny is my son has those.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well it's not loading, but anyway, those are good New Balances.
Those are good.
What Corvette are you in if you were to choose?
I've actually thought about this pretty hard because we got a buddy that has a C3. No, what's the most hated one?
C4, 80s?
C4 or something like
80s
that.
one?
Yeah, and he's going through the process now of kind of like he's got the car. He's going to spend probably too much than it actually deserves to build it into like a nice car, a nice little track weapon. So I appreciate that mindset. I think for me, if I'm going to become a Corvette guy, I'm going to become that Corvette guy that needs the newest everything, and I want an E-Ray. Because
Solid.
I don't know. Everyone I've talked to that's driven one cannot stop singing its praises. Like the new platform is so good. It's the least Corvette that's out there. I don't know. It's either that or give me a brand new one. I've driven a split window. I've driven a number of other Corvettes. They're fine. I know Corvette folks are really into Corvettes. Give me the least Corvette there is, and the E-Ray kind of
That makes sense. It's more of a supercar.
kind of neat.
Anything, yeah.
I mean, it's a really it's a neat car. It's a neat.
Sean, what do you see Ian in?
Dude, so knowing Ian over the years is I'm gonna give him a little bit more credit and a little bit more class.
Wow.
So shoes wise, I can't. New Balance.
I'm Vans, man.
I could see him maybe in some Nike, the Air Monarchs. Yeah, those are hot.
I'm excited to figure out
Yeah,
what
the
these
Monarchs,
are.
dude.
You're
those
blowing
are
my
hot.
mind.
Those are hot.
You're blowing my
Some
mind right
all
now.
black Monarchs.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Look at the, yes.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Escalated. I'm gonna buy a pair of these now just for you.
Yeah, just something
Air Monarch
so
4s.
simple. Yeah.
Look at that. That is a
Buy a
shoe
pair right
you
now.
wear indoors.
Oh my God. Yes. There
That's
it
a
is.
shoe you wear inside.
It's 23% off right now.
Wow. All right, I'll tell you what. As soon as I'm
Give me
ordering
a little
these.
credit. I'm gonna give you a little
I'm gonna
credit.
order these, and immediately these are gonna be the shoes that I move in. These will be those shoes.
And because Ian is such a car guy,
Oh,
you know, it's hard to. Which Corvette?
it's hard to
What
see me in a
immediately
Corvette,
comes
huh?
to mind? Yeah, I can see Ian in a nice like 993 Turbo S and doing an LS swap. Mini Cooper LS swap. Ford Lightning
993.
LS swap.
Just
E-Race
everything,
LS swap.
everything. It's just LS
LS swap
the
it all,
world,
LS swap and
baby.
everything in Texas.
I have. You talk about I'll tell you what might end up happening when I move back to Texas is there's a lot of folks that are like, oh, get a GR86, like go to the track, learn how to drive on a track.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to like Porsches. And it's starting to become really alarming how much I really like
Well,
Porsches.
for track days, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the cost, like price per pound, like the Cayman S is really starting to call to me.
No, VJ was here. He would. praise it.
But his Cayman S is like first gen, right? First gen Cayman S.
Yeah, 300 horsepower one.
I think for me, I would end up with the 4-cylinder turbo, which is like the Gen
Oh, Jake
2.
has one. Yeah, the Boxer.
Okay. Yeah.
But LS swap.
Oh, dude, that car.
Actually, I could totally see him in like the Cadillac, the XLR.
Oh,
The Corvette motor and everything.
Oh, yeah.
The
yeah.
Cadillac.
That is a good Texas car.
What's the
totally
no?
Texas.
What's
Corvette
the,
for the family.
what's the Cadillac that has it's the station wagon, the CTSV?
The CTSV. Do they exist anymore?
That is the one.
That is cool. I was for those who don't know, there is an Instagram called Bay Area Wagons, and we just had I've Spencer, but I went to one of their meets yesterday, and there was a CTSV wagon at the meet. It was
Manual?
really cold.
Dude,
I
if
think they're
anyone's
all
out,
manual,
if
but I'm not
anyone
sure.
there in the auto industry is listening to this, I got to tell you, bring back the wagons. Long roofs are where it's
I
at.
think M5 wagon's coming back, but it's gonna be
M3
hybrid.
The M3 wagon.
But what's the
Oh, in
damage?
here?
What's the damage going to be on that though?
M3 wagon.
Oh, probably like 150,000.
See, that's
Probably so expensive. At least
love the Audi,
120.
I loved your Audi. That's why I abducted it for a day.
It had issues, I think, right? It had but anyway, if to answer the question, I see you personally in a C5 convertible V8 automatic cruising
Hell yeah.
the long straight roads of
Hell yeah.
Texas.
Love it.
Date night.
Those locks blowing in the wind.
And the Monarchs. Get yourself like a Timex or something.
Yeah.
Like a gold,
small one.
like a
Small
fake, a fake gold one, like a aluminum, but like painted gold Timex. Like
The difficulty is I'll be rolling.
kick it
around
down in the
Dallas.
first gear,
Yeah.
like floor the car, kicks down, woo, and it just goes.
I'm you're gonna come out to Dallas and it's just gonna be me in like some busted ass car wearing like a swatch.
Same GTI, same moke.
Same GTI, same oak.
Make sure
Same
you
mini.
step up your eating game. Raise that cholesterol so you can sweat profusely.
Yeah.
That's the final look.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
want that like Haas, like going straight.
just
Like-
like I've just finished mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
It's like that's the look.
There's fucking no clip-ins anywhere.
That's
no
awesome.
clip-ins anywhere.
Yeah, because
Anti-clip-in club.
yeah, exactly. I don't want them on the road. Motorcyclists.
I'm gonna mail you so much shit when you move. You give me an address. I'm gonna mail you so many t-shirts.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll wear them. Those will be my work shirt. Those will be my work shirts.
Anyway, comment down below what Corvette Ian should buy right when he gets to Texas. Are you is Sean correct about the Monarchs? Am I wrong about the New Balances?
No, I'll
Leave
show
a
you.
comment.
I'll roll up in the Monarchs though.
Yeah, I think the Monarchs are a good choice on personally. But anyway, anything else before we close out?
No, it's just I think I don't know if I'll be on next week's podcast. I don't really know what the plan is for dinners and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But I think like the biggest thing for me is that I have loved every single moment hanging out with y'all.
Appreciate it.
I wish that Robert was still here, but he's now become a ghost. And I'll tell him this next week when I see him. This has been a really wild adventure out here in the Bay. A couple of years ago, when I was still living in Dallas, I think if you would ask me, hey, do you want to move to California and just like hang out in San Francisco, I would have said no. Just because like California was so far outside of like the realm of where my head was at as like an adult. And then the opportunity came to move out here, and it has been like seriously the best decision I ever made.
Yeah.
So no, I've had a hell of a time. Made so many really good friends. Expanded my own horizons, and both Courtney and I are thankful for each and every one of you that has come into our lives and really made our time here special. So thank you so much, genuinely. And if you ever find yourself out in Dallas, Texas, y'all always have a space to stay and garage to wrench in and some beer to drink. So yeah, thank you all so much.
Nice.
Cool. We
I'm sure we'll
mentioned
see you
it
next week.
Go ahead. No,
I'm sure he'll be on here next week. We'll figure it out.
And then I'll say it all over again.
I said I mentioned it earlier, but on behalf of the car community, bros, we really appreciate what you've done in the Bay Area. For those that maybe you're seeing Ian for the first time or so, he's done so much and he's been involved with so many things, so many happenings here that go along here in Northern California. So we appreciate your support, and we'll miss you, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss y'all, but man, the call for family and call for a shop, man. It's all
Understandable.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
We'll see you next week's podcast. See you later.
See you later.